Good evening, beautiful people. Good evening to you all, guys. Namaste. Beautiful evening. I'm just back from the woods. Just came back from an evening walk in the woods with my little doggy. And I was just washing up. And I got a little urge to come and do a vlog. So here I am. Yeah, my soul was just saying to me as I was washing up, you know, it was sort of, I was having a little consultation with my soul, and it was just looking at surrendering and just being still and just being in a space in life where you can just allow rather than push, resist, try and force things to happen the way that we want things to happen. And of late, I'd say in the last month, the last 4 weeks, I'm finishing this Friday, coming out of it this Friday. I went away about 4 weeks ago to Cornwall for the week and spent a week in a little fishing village in Cornwall, right literally on the sea. It was so beautiful. It was very tranquil. It was very peaceful, and just a really beautiful spot to just be still. And I got the opportunity to do that. So when I came back to London, I decided to continue in the same vein and just continue to be still. So I went, done what I had to do in the day, come home, be still. And the more and more that I just be in that space of just being still. And when I say still, I don't mean that I'm just, you know, lying on the bed or on the settee and not moving. I mean, just not allowing my thoughts to wander off mischievously into places where they just don't need to go. Because that's what happens with the mind. The mind has a mind of its own. It will get you to believe anything it wants. It will get you to go down any rabbit hole it wants. It will get you to do anything it wants. If you are not master or in control, or have control, should I say, over, firstly, your thought system. And that's paramount. The thoughts that you think bring about your tomorrow. So, you know, whatever thoughts that you're having in your days, and this is what people, I think, fail to understand, that when we're having detrimental thoughts towards others, or, you know, assassinating their characters in our heads, being cynical, judging, condemnation towards another person, the subconscious mind you're feeding doesn't understand or know about John or Fred or Sarah, Jane, whoever you're having these feelings towards. All that your subconscious knows is that you're having these really nasty feelings that are causing feelings of anger or resentment or frustration or agitation within your own self, within your own being, within your own body. So technically, you're feeding your body all of that vibration, which means all of your cells in your body are listening and absorbing all of that energy. So first and foremost, I don't know why I've just brought that up actually, why that's just popped up. So that's just taken me down somewhere else. Obviously it wanted me to speak about that. So let's stay on that train, you know, speaking about, thought systems. And when we just allow them to run riot in our minds, they can make up all kinds of stories. It's like Chinese whispers, come up with all kinds of things, get you to believe all sorts of things. You've got to be the watchkeeper to the mind. You've got to be the watchkeeper to your own mind. So when those thoughts come in, you see them coming, yeah? You see them coming, like a little army. You see them coming, you can see. And you can put your hand up and say, sorry, not today, no, sorry. Only divine essence is allowed through this mind today. Only divine thoughts, only thoughts of happiness, joy, contentment, harmony. No disharmony is allowed in here today, sorry. These are the things that I've done throughout the years. Not many years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, when my soul was telling me to play these mind games with myself, it was quite funny. It was saying to me, just, imagine you're the gatekeeper of, the castle, and these thoughts are coming in, and as they come in, you've got, oh no, you're not allowed in here, and put your hand up, and, it became like a game. And I obviously, looking back on that now, I didn't realise the potency and the importance of what those mind games were actually teaching me, the discipline, that it was teaching which was to discipline the mind. Yeah, to get it to a place where the mind doesn't control you anymore. It doesn't just throw out any thought and you just pick it up. And the next thing, you've dropped everything you're doing and you're off on a whim, off on this thought because it's got you down, leading you down some dead end road. It's all a fabrication. It's not even real. It's what you've made up in the mind, what your mind has concocted up, this story, this imagery showed you everything, the whole play. It becomes a reality until you believe in it, and it becomes such a belief in your own self. And these thought systems are very detrimental to our well-being and to our loved ones as well, because they're habitual. They become habitual, they become patterns in our lives. Our thought patterns become, they become that. They become a pattern of behaviour. Someone says something, does something, and we behave, or we immediately think this or we think that. We've got to get out of that system. We've got to break down those paradigms of, thinking that way, and open up the mind and expand it out. And the only way we can do that is expand and have expansion through the mind, is first to become the gatekeeper to your own mind, to your watchtower. Yeah? So you're only permitting in, the finest quality of thoughts. You're not permitting in the other thoughts. You say no, because you understand, you overstand the detriment of having them thoughts. Even if they're directed at another, you understand that they're never directed at another. They're only directed at yourself. Because it's only your subconscious and your body that's listening to that or feeling those feelings. The other person down the road, Tom, Dick, whoever it is, Sarah Jane, they don't know that you're having those thoughts towards them. Only your body does. And that's where all disease starts from. Decay, from anger, resentment, all them emotions. Imagine being like that internally all the time. Tense, clenched, constricted. There's no space for expansion, for flow, for the chi, the energy to come out, to go through, to be the love. Because love is the highest vibration. And when you practice being that in your life each day, practice coming from a place of love, you understand the importance of your mind, and not allowing, these treacherous thoughts to come in and sabotage your beautiful garden, your headspace. tend to the garden, tend to it, de-weed it daily. You know, I got my practice that I do each day. I get up, I go to the woods, I tune in, do my gratitude, you know, I train, you know, I have my thought system set for the day, you know, to be the best that I am each day, to be that love in the world. Not just think it, to be it. Yeah, to what I say, what I speak, what I eat, how I speak. You know, to always have that in my mind. Yeah, because if I can be that love in my world, then I must be able to see that love in everyone else. Because what I am, you are too. Yeah, because we all are one. We're all coming from the same source. Yeah, we're all born in the likeness and image. So we mustn't forget that no one is greater than anyone else. You know, we're all just vibrating in our own frequencies at our own pace. Yeah, but we must always be there to help one another. You know, help one another and love one another and be respectful of where we all are on our paths and never look down on another. You know, that's judgment in itself. No superiority. Fairness and equality all the way. You know, that's what love demands, fairness and equality. Anyway, I've gone over 10 minutes. So just be the gatekeeper today, guys, of your thoughts. You know, set the game up in your own mind mentally. Watch your thoughts for half a day. Any thoughts towards yourself or towards any other of condemnation, judgment, cynicism, you stop it. Stop. Don't allow it in. Say, hey, you, not today, mate. Only divine essence is allowed through these gates. Or whatever words that feel good for you. You know, start training the mind to come under your abeyance. Yeah. To listen to you. You let the mind listen to you from your command center, your God self, which is your love self. Always in the love self, yeah? God self is being in love, being in your love self always, coming from a place of love. That is God. Yeah, love. Remember that. So when you're being loving, you are being your God self. Okay, you are in your highest vibration. Anytime you're being kind in your life, you're in your highest vibration. Anytime you're giving deep compassion, you're in your highest vibration, okay? Just remember that. Shine your qualities through and be loving towards yourself at all times. Bless you.